with something flat. You saw me putting in that patch and getting rid of this curved piece here. That was part of the original lawnmower. It was allowed for a pulley that was mounted down in that area. But I wanted to show you. Somebody had suggested this, and it was a great idea. I couldn't remember which holes I was using and which ones I weren't using. And so I went back and I watched one of my videos last night where I had the drive system running, and because I had fairly slow movement down the frame, I could see some of the holes in the frame. And you can see I have these places that are marked with an X. Those are holes that needed to be filled. And the ones with a 0 not to be filled. And we've done all of that. I think I'm going to fill this in down along here too, just because it'll look better. This one here is for my adjustment of the chain inside. This is just for a roller inside. But in my zeal, I made a mistake. You guys don't do that, do you? I forgot that this hole here and this, well, used to be a hole here, were for bolting on the part that holds my inner bushing or inner bearing in place. So I'm going to have to re-drill that puppy out, but we'll get it done at a later date. And yep, so we'll get all of these filled up. Another good tip that people have given me is to use a piece of brass. I have this brass stock, and you can see both ends are black. And what you do is when you're filling up a hole like this, so you don't get a big glob on the back, you put this up against the back of your hole like that. And of course it won't weld to the brass, and it keeps it relatively flat on the inside. So I still got some holes to fill up on the top here, and this hole here needs to be filled, but not that one, George. Not that one. Yep, and I have one more big one here. I'm going to have to make a plug to go in that hole. That's a little bit too big to just keep going around in circles. I suppose I could. I don't know if my brass... Ooh, that brass thing is warm. Heat transfer. I guess it is big enough. I could stick that up behind there and just weld around. What you do is you weld around a little bit and you let it cool down, then you weld some more and let it cool down. And maybe I will do that. But I do need to do a little bit of grinding before I do anything more. And I'm not staying out here a long time today. It's pretty cold outside. I think when I came out it was 14 above, something like that. I don't know what it is in here now. It might be up to 30. As you heard in the background, I had my heater running for a few minutes. Well, there we are for today's progress on the Goofy Cart. I've got all the holes filled up except for this one here. I forgot to do that one. I just saw that. Yeah, it doesn't. That's okay because I got a whole bunch more to do on top, up in here. Yeah, all over the place. And I got more grinding to do, but it looks pretty good. Can't see where that thing was there anymore, can you? looks like it's all one piece. So that's the main idea. Get it all cleaned up. And this is all going to get sandblasted eventually anyway. I filled in the hole that was up here. Can't see that anymore. That's gone. I do need to look at my video. I think I'm going to grind this down here and get this so this is flush. It looks pretty nasty like that. I'll cut that right off, and then I'll just weld it right flush across the top. And this is all welded from underneath, but I think I'm going to run it again. But the reason I did this, and I have to stop and think for a minute. Okay, these are the mounting points. These two holes here, and this one here, these two here, and that one there. Yeah, sure. Show them where you're talking about, George. These two and that one there are all where my transmission mount. I'm not sure what mounts here, but that's a new hole. And I know that my steering box mounts back here. We think this one here. Okay, this is steering box for the pillow block. Mounts there and there, and then over there and there. So a lot of these little holes in here and like over there can be filled in, because those will be seen. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to finish filling this in here. So I don't know if I have another one of these cross members left or not. If I do fill that in, it won't make much difference as far as how heavyweight it is, because it'll just be for looks. It'll be kind of like our floorboards, don't you know? Yeah, floorboards. So anyway, that's where we're at today. And thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. We're working at it a little at a time. Hope it's warm where you are. Bye for now. Wondering what's going to happen. Look at this. We got 3 crows down there, and the squirrel up on top. Are we going to have a confrontation or what? For the moment at least, the crows are content to pick around on the ground. They're getting in closer all the time. Which one of them's going to be brave enough to jump up on top? Well, they don't have to be, because the squirrel got down and left. He decided to come over here and get something to drink. Pretty thirsty after eating all of that sunflower seed. Back to the table, and the boys are at it. And there's 4 of them out there now.